When most people look back on their 16th birthday, they might think about having a sleepover with friends, or going out downtown to have a fun dinner, or maybe spending the day at the beach. For my 16th birthday, I was in the Sierra National Forest, huddled underneath a tarp, standing in lightning position, praying for my life. In the face of obstacles, it's not what happens to you. It's how you react that matters the most. Let me give a little backstory. I have gone to summer camp ever since I was a little girl, spending every summer there. Whether it was sailing, hiking up Kaiser Peak, or jumping off the pontoon boat, it was my favorite place to be. As I got older, I aged out of being able to be a camper, so I decided to go back to camp, take on a leadership role, and become a counselor. It was the first week at camp, and all the counselors were going on a backpacking trip. It was about a 13-mile trip. So it was a long trip. We carried everything on our backs: pots, pans, everything. Our sleeping bag, toothbrush, clothes, everything. So it was July 1st, the day before my birthday, and it was about 3 miles. We had only 3 miles to go until we were finished with the hike. And we were all so tired, so exhausted from the hike, that we decided that we were gonna camp by the lake and wait until the next morning to wake up and go to the checkpoint. When we were by the lake, so the girls were by the lake and the guys were kind of more up on the hill. It was a co-ed trip. And so we get there, we start unpacking, laying out our stuff, starting with dinner, setting up the fire. And we started seeing these dark clouds roll in, but we don't really think about it too much. In the beginning of the trip, we had to actually ration our food. We started running out of food 5 days into the trip, and started having to live off sun butter, which if you've not had before, it's not great. Sun butter and vanilla wafers. So what's a little rain? You'll be fine. And all of a sudden, this torrential downpour on us. And all 15 of us girls are under this one tarp, barely big enough for us to all stick our heads under. Then I hear this huge boom that just almost shakes me off my feet. And about 12 sequoia trees over, I just see this tree fall down. And it was my heart dropped to my stomach, and I've never been more scared in my entire life. So our plan of action was to run up the hill, get to higher ground, find the rest of our group, and make a shelter. So we got these 2 huge big tarps, put them together, and the whole group was huddled under. And we stood there, and then there was another huge boom, and I was so close, the hairs on my arm were standing up. And we went into this thing called lightning position, which I'm gonna go on a limb and guess that none of you have heard of before. Anyway, you get on your feet like this, put your hands over your ears. We were like this for 3.5 hours, standing like that. By the time it was 12 a.m., July 2nd, my birthday, everyone was exhausted. We were tired, we were hungry, we were cold. We didn't want to be there. And everyone started singing happy birthday to me. At this moment, I never felt such a sense of love and community. Even though we were miserable, we kind of all united together. In the face of obstacles, it's not about what happens to you, it's how you react. The summer of my junior year, I had the opportunity to travel to Southeast Asia. I went to Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, and lastly, Vietnam. In Vietnam, we went on a cruise through Halong Bay, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. If you've ever been there, it's really beautiful. On the cruise, we had about 2 days left. Woke up in the morning, and I had never felt more sick in my entire life. Could barely even stand up. My vision was blurry. The thought of eating anything was just nauseating. I was freezing cold, and if you know Vietnam, in the summertime, it's 90 to 100 degrees. So I go and I look at the thermostat that's in our room, and it's broken. It's about 100 degrees in our room. So at that moment, I knew that there was something wrong. And so I wake up my best friend Megan, who's sleeping right next to me, hoping that she's able to help me. She's in the same boat that I am. And I somehow stumble down the hall of this boat and find my friend David, who's in the exact same boat that we are all in, very sick. So we have to be taken off the boat. We get onto this little skiff. It's me, David, Megan, and our friend who's taking us doesn't speak a word of English to land. Once we get to land, we find out that the American Hospital of in Vietnam is currently under construction, so we're headed to a traditional Vietnamese hospital. And at that point, I didn't really care. I was just like, well, somebody will look after us, we'll be okay. We get there, and they have like 3 stretchers laid out waiting for us. And at this point, it kind of gets blurry because I kind of go in and out of consciousness. But when I woke up, I was in the hospital bed, and I had a piece of paper stapled to my chest, number 14. I was number 14 that day. That's how they kept track of who I was. I look to my right, and I see my friend Megan, my best friend. I've never seen her more sick or pale in my entire life. The IV bag that was connected to her arm that was supposed to be giving her fluids had emptied, and her blood was actually starting to fill up the bag. I look to my left, and I see a gentleman who had just come in from what looked like a really serious accident, having surgery not even 5 feet away from me. At this moment, I had never felt more scared in my entire life. I was in the middle of a third world country. My family wasn't there to help me. In the face of obstacles, it's not what happens to you, it's how you react. Resilience, the power to keep going, even through the hardest of situations. I'm going to leave you today with a quote from Yasmin Morgan that means a lot to me. Resilience is very different than being numb. Resilience means you feel, you fail, you hurt, you fall, but most importantly, you keep going.